Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the contingents have just transitioned to the march past in quick time. I also wish to remind all once again to pay the appropriate compliments as the colors march past our various locations. Marching past shortly will once again be the number 1 and number 2 contingents from the Ghana Army, the number 3 contingent from the Ghana Navy, the Color Party, the number 4 contingent also from the Ghana Navy, and the number 5 and number 6 contingents from the Ghana Air Force. The number 7 contingent on parade this afternoon is the all-male Ghana Police contingent. They are under the command of Assistant Superintendent of Police Pimpon Forsen, Assistant Superintendent of Police Vincent Buidi, and Assistant Superintendent of Police Emmanuel Otri are the supernumeraries. The contingent Sergeant Major is Sergeant Bernard Brown. The all-female number 8 contingent from the Ghana Police is commanded by ASP Raji Atuluk, with ASP Perpetual Osei and ASP Anna Ansiri as the supernumeraries. The contingent Sergeant Major is Sergeant Juliet Akowua. The number 9 all-male contingent, also from the Ghana Police, is commanded by ASP Patrick Boateng, with ASP Samuel Asante and ASP Emmanuel Ayamba as the supernumeraries. The contingent Sergeant Major is Sergeant Francis Wopo. The number 10 all-female contingent, the last of the police contingents, is commanded by ASP Amada Akon, with ASP Teresa Menu and ASP Benis Yohunu as the supernumeraries. The contingent Sergeant Major is Sergeant Kukubo Bridget. The 2 contingents after the number 10 contingent from the Ghana Police Service are the Ghana Prison Service contingent. The all-male contingent is commanded by DSP Justice Kofi. The supernumeraries are ASP Samuel Edu and ASP James Anetete. The contingent Sergeant Major is Prison Sergeant Bobby Bennett. The number 12 all-female contingent from the Ghana Prison Service is commanded by Deputy Superintendent of Prisons Angela Mensah, with Assistant Superintendent of Prisons Grace Adai and Assistant Superintendent of Prisons Eugenia Dawohoso as the supernumeraries. The contingent Sergeant Major is Sergeant Atobra Harriet. Assistant Divisional Officer Grade 1 Theophilus Lawe is commanding the number 13 all-male fire service contingent. The supernumeraries are ADO2 Bright Yenli and ADO1 Isaiah Kakari. The contingent Sergeant Major is ASO Quest Ada Anthony. The fire service female contingent is commanded by ADO2 Joanna Jelly, with ADO1 Lydia Dankwa and ADO2 Josephine Ajekum as the supernumeraries. The contingent Sergeant Major is Deputy Group Officer Jim Fippies. The all-male Customs Division contingent is under the command of Revenue Officer Richard Akogo, and the supernumeraries are ARO Timothy Soka and ARO Michael Inkansa. The contingent Sergeant Major is Junior Revenue Officer Class 2 Bennett Emmanuel. The female contingent, the number 16 contingent, is commanded by ARO Nora Konedu Sapong, with ARO Patricia Moki and ARO Sandra Asabia Nyapong as the supernumeraries. The contingent Sergeant Major is Revenue Assistant Grade 1 Cindy Enema. The next two contingents are provided by the Ghana Immigration Service. The male contingent is commanded by Deputy Superintendent of Immigration Mustafa Yaya. The supernumeraries are ASI Emmanuel Ohini Ej Jechi and ASI Asamoah Opuku Menta. The contingent Sergeant Major is Inspector Samuel Obing Ofe. The female contingent is commanded by DSI Comfort Kofi, and the supernumeraries are DSI Matilda Eureka Kang and ASI Doreen Jechi. The contingent Sergeant Major is Inspector Benibe Afenyo Deborah. The number 19 and number 20 contingents are from the National Ambulance Service. The male contingent is commanded by Advanced EMT Reginald Frimpong, with Advanced EMT Ejiri Felix as the supernumerary. The contingent Sergeant Major is Advanced EMT Bani David Selassie. The female contingent is commanded by Senior EMT Ejay Techiwa Beatrice, with Senior EMT Boateng Ajua Jomo and Advanced EMT Fatila Ali as the supernumeraries. The contingent Sergeant Major is Advanced EMT Loco Millicent. Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, we will now witness the equipment display by the various security services. Leading the equipment display are the quad bikes from the 64 Infantry Regiment of the Army Special Operations Brigade. The quad bike is an all-terrain vehicle with low pressure ties with handlebars for steering. They are used for reconnaissance and also to access difficult terrain. On each quad bike this afternoon is a sniper. The quad bikes are under the command of Second Lieutenant Dennis Granche. Behind the quad bikes is a modified Land Cruiser, and it has mounted on it a heavy anti-aircraft machine gun. Behind the modified Land Cruiser are modified GMC trucks with Browning heavy machine guns mounted on them. All of the trucks are reinforced with armored plating. Behind the modified GMC trucks are modified Land Cruiser trucks with PKMS heavy machine guns in tow. The next display is by the 1-5 Armored Brigade with personnel and vehicles drawn from the 153 Armored Regiment. The first troop is made up of the Cobra Electro-Optic Surveillance Systems Armored Personnel Carriers. They are equipped with gunshot detection systems designed to detect, locate, and provide feedback on hostile fire. They are also used to conduct monitoring and surveillance in order to gather accurate and timely information. They are under the command of Captain Atu. They are used to support assault troops in conducting special operations such as raids. They have adopted the wedge formation and are under the command of Lieutenant Enoch Techi Amofa. Following the troop closely are the Husky Armored Personnel Carriers. They are under the command of Second Lieutenant Abna Dufie Echampong. Distinguished invited guests, it may interest you to know that the Huskies are being operated by an all-female crew. The Huskies are versatile military vehicles primarily used for route clearing and mine detection operations. The vehicles have adopted the box formation. The next troop is made up of BR-6 Armored Personnel Carriers. They are commanded by Second Lieutenant Prosper Sefa Kwekugan with Warrant Officer Class 1 Apo James as the troop warrant officer. They are in the V formation. The V formation is used when the enemy situation is uncertain and the troop leader requires firepower to the front and the flanks. The last troop from the 1-5 Armored Brigade is made up of the Rattle Armored Fighting Vehicles, which are commanded by Second Lieutenant Bright Ifa. The Squadron Sergeant Major is Warrant Officer Class 1 Atta Seidu. Following the personnel and equipment from 1-5 Armored Brigade are the personnel and equipment from the 66th Artillery Regiment, which is located at the Volta Barracks in Ho in the Volta region. The first to march past are the Yanan 122mm multiple rocket launcher systems, which have adopted the single file formation. They are under the command of the battery commander, Captain Jones Samwakun. The Battery Sergeant Major is Warrant Officer Class 1 Abuga Ibrahim. The next is the 122mm multiple rocket launcher systems, which have adopted the diamond formation. They are under the command of Lieutenant Stefan Akamfe Atuima. The troop warrant officer is Warrant Officer Class 1 Mate George. Which have also adopted the arrowhead formation. They are under the command of Lieutenant Maxwell Fusu Ajeman. The troop warrant officer is Warrant Officer Class 1 Saki Ebenezer. Next is the troop of the 107mm multiple rocket launchers. The troop have adopted the arrowhead formation and are under the command of 2nd Lieutenant Augustus Afari. The troop warrant officer is Warrant Officer Class 2 Appenton Frank. The last troop from the 66th Artillery Regiment are the 105mm howitzer saluting guns. The troop have also adopted a single file formation and are under the command of Staff Sergeant Abeji Enos. The troop warrant officer is Sergeant Lati Joshua. These saluting guns are the same ones that will be used for the 21-gun salute later today. On display from the Ghana Navy are 2 of the 4 Ghana Navy fast patrol, interceptor and rescue boats. Ghana Navy boats Yogaga, Ba and Jataba, which are used for anti-piracy, anti-smuggling, diving operations, offshore platform protection, and security and anchorage patrols. They have on board 3 Navy divers each who specialize in assault combat diving, explosive ordnance disposal diving, amongst others. They are commanded by Chief Petty Officer Class 2 Ahoma Okanse Ruben, and his second in command is Petty Officer Class 1 Abdullah Michel. I will now hand over to Assistant Superintendent of Police Richmond Mensah to continue with the commentary.
Thank you very much, Major Andy Sowate. On the part of the Ghana Police Service, through the instrumentality and the initiative of the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akufu Dampare, the 67th Independence Day celebration today is live on Ghana Police TV. We are also live on DSTV channel 362, and we are also live on Ghana Police Service Facebook and YouTube as well. This is the motorbike patrol unit of the Ghana Police Service under the command of Deputy Superintendent of Police Alex Asamoah, and he is supported by Assistant Superintendent of Police Anson Ayirakwa. This unit, through the initiative of the Inspector General of Police, was established under the National Patrol Department. This was formed to deal with the new trend of crime where criminals use motorbikes to commit all sorts of violent crimes, such as armed robbery, bag snatching, and assault in our communities. Personnel of this unit have undergone series of training, including the use of sidearms to deal with violent crimes within our community. What we are witnessing this afternoon is for formation by the motorbike patrol unit. The first formation is what we call the wedge formation. It is a tactical crowd control formation used to disperse riotous mob who are about to cause damage to properties. The second group formed what we call the box formation. Is also one of the crowd control tactics used to escort hostile suspects. We have the pyramid formation, which signifies the strength of the police service and the nation at large. And what the motorbike patrol unit are telling us this afternoon is that the police service is well prepared for the upcoming general election. And the last group that we are witnessing has formed what we call the patrol formation. It signifies how the police patrol our streets and also within our communities to deal with criminal activities. That is the motorbike unit of the Ghana Police Service. Following closely after the motorbike is what we call the K9 unit of the Ghana Police Service. The K9 unit of the Ghana Police Service is under the command of Deputy Superintendent of Police Awuni Joseph Nyaba. Approaching closely to the presidential days is the K9 unit of the Ghana Police Service under the command of Deputy Superintendent of Police Awuni Joseph Nyaba. He is supported by Inspector Francis Sapon. The K9 unit of the Ghana Police Service was established in June 2019 to offer a specialized resource to the Ghana Police Service through professional utilization of an effective law enforcement tool. The unit is to enhance the Ghana Police Service efforts in crime prevention and detection, criminal apprehension, officer safety, and service to the community as a whole. These handlers with their dogs were trained by the Paramount Specialist K9 Training Academy in South Africa, where they were taken through a lot of courses, including CT Public Spaces Intervention course funded by the European Union with personnel from the Guardia Civil in Spain. Currently, through the support of the Inspector General of Police, the K9 unit can boast of about 52 dogs. The unit can boast of about 52 dogs. Followed closely after the K9 unit is the formed police unit. The formed police unit, which is under the command of Deputy Superintendent of Police Jordan Ashite, and he is assisted by Assistant Superintendent of Police Alexander Opare. The formed police unit was established on 29th July 2013 under the then leadership of the former Inspector General of Police, Mr. Mohammed Ahmed Al-Hassan. The FPU is under the concept as defined, cohesive mobile police unit providing support to the United Nations operations and also ensuring safety and support to UN personnel as well. Some of the vehicles that the FPU this afternoon are displaying are the rapid intervention vehicle, which is used for rescue purposes, attending to incidents, also offering special service rescue to the service. We also have the Guardian, which is used in low intensity conflict. We have the Maverick. We also have the light and heavy water cannons, which is used in crowd control, dispersing crowd, quenching fires as well. They are also notable in public order management. Following closely after the FPU is what we call the Ghana Police Mobile Hospital. The Ghana Police Mobile Hospital is under the command of Chief Superintendent Dr. Frank Dodu. He is supported by Chief Inspector Ishmael Agmore and Inspector Rubin Jr. The Mobile Police Hospital generally offers medical support to personnel of the service. It also has a mini theater. It has a surgical suite. It is also used for educational purposes, and it is also used for training purposes. After the mobile hospital, we have the National Counter-Terrorism Department of the Ghana Police Service under the command of Deputy Superintendent of Police Johnson Edusei, supported by Assistant Superintendent of Police Samuel Abenzio. The National Counter-Terrorism Department plays a key role in providing the needed safety and security at critical infrastructures, high-risk operations, and public space and events across the length and breadth of the country. They perform so many functions, including Eastern Enclave Joint Border Patrols with the Ghana Armed Forces and the Ghana Immigration Service. They also offer public space protection duties to ensure peace, safety, and security. And they also provide security for VVIP, both foreign and local. At this point, I'll hand you over to Major Andy Sowate to continue from here. Thank you.
It is now the turn of the Ghana National Fire Service vehicles. They have a total of 6 firefighting vehicles on display today. These include firefighting tenders, hydraulic platform, which is used in fighting fire on high-rise buildings, and a recovery truck. They are commanded by ADO-1 Nathaniel Ama, and he is assisted by ADO-1 Daniel Nyamadi. The lead vehicle is the hydraulic platform. The platform can be extended to a height of 72 meters and is capable of reaching over 24 floors. It does not carry water, but has an attached pump that can pump water at a rate of 6,000 liters per minute. It is followed by 2 PS manufactured firefighting trucks with water capacities of 13,500 liters. Closely behind them is the Volvo dual purpose tender, also with a water capacity of 13,500 liters. Lastly, we have the recovery truck used for towing and lifting vehicles off the road and in ditches. They have adopted the diamond formation. The Ghana National Ambulance Service are on parade this afternoon with 6 Mercedes-Benz ambulances drawn from various constituencies within the region. They are under the command of PAEMT Owusu Felix, who also doubles as the Deputy Regional Administrator. The first ambulance is commanded by PAEMT Lord Nate. The second vehicle is commanded by Advanced EMT Goda Sam and is driven by EMT Osei Bonsu Isaac. The next ambulance is commanded by PEMT Michael Ofosu and is driven by EMT Joshua Tete. The ambulance following closely is commanded by EMT Eric Opoku and it is driven by EMT Evans Tete Odei. The next ambulance is commanded by Advanced EMT Anturi Ali Matu and is driven by EMT Samuel Sapong. The last vehicle is commanded by Advanced EMT Ajono Jones and driven by SI EMT Adrulu Kennedy.
companies to grow in the automobile industry. On display, Kantanka, Volkswagen, Nissan, Rana Motors, and many others, bringing glory to our country in the automobile industry. All these cars you're seeing are made in Ghana cars. Courtesy Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. These are Kia saloon vehicles as well as SUVs by Rana Motors, all assembled in Ghana. These are all initiatives under the One District, One Factory initiative. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic. This is unprecedented in the history of our republic, and the people of the Eastern region are very proud of you. Ghana is proud of you. These are Volkswagen vehicles, VW, Nissan SUVs, Nissan Patrols, Hyundai trucks, Nissan Toyota pickups, Zonda trucks, all assembled in the Republic of Ghana, all in the name of this great initiative of One District, One Factory. This is Akufo-Addo's creation. Approaching the presidential days is a Zonda truck, a 22 cubic Zonda truck, all made in Ghana. We also want to acknowledge the President of the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire, His Excellency Alassane Ouattara, and his delegation to Ghana. The Vice President of the Republic of Ghana and the presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, His Excellency Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. Also to our proud mothers in the house, the First Lady of the Republic of Ghana, Her Excellency Rebecca Akufo-Addo, and the Second Lady, Hajia Samira Bawumia. The Chief of Staff at the Office of the President, Honorable Akosua Frema Osei Opare, Her Ladyship, the Chief Justice, and her spouse, thank you all for coming.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, shortly we shall see the various contingents forming the message for this year's Independence Anniversary celebration, which is GH, Peaceful Elections, meaning Ghana, Peaceful Elections. This message is from the security services to all Ghanaians.
Ray! Ray! Shit! Shout! Hey! Ups!
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, what we are seeing now is the contingent on parade forming the message, Ghana, peaceful elections. And it is a message from the security services to all Ghanaians. If you are fortunate enough to find yourself at an elevated location, you will better appreciate the message currently on display. The various appointments, together with the color party, are now marching back on parade. Once they take up their positions, the parade commander will reform the parade and then they will advance in review order.
Uniform in advance in review order. By the center. Big march.
Shall we please rise for the national salute?
Ray! National salute. Present. Up.
That was the 21-gun salute by personnel of the 66th Artillery Regiment and fly past by the Mi-17 helicopters and K-8 fighter jets of the Ghana Air Force. The pilots on board the K-8 fighter jets are Wing Commander Atu Mills and squadron leaders Benjamin Apau, Reginald Kenny, Ebenezer Frimpong, George Foley, and Prince Chebafo. We may please be seated. They are supported by squadron leaders Rose Amenyoha, Amina Tahiru, Ayeboafo Brefo, and Flight Lieutenants Holali Le and Isaac Antiame, and leading aircraftmen Opari Kingsley and Asamoah Priscilla, the forward air control team. Conducting aerial patrols is the Z9 of the Ghana Air Force, and it is captained by Squadron Leader Godwin Buta.
Mr. President, may I have your permission to stand the parade at ease for your anniversary address, Mr. President?
The parade commander has just asked for permission to stand the parade at ease for the special guest remarks and the anniversary speech by the President of the Republic and the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. The members of the helicopter crews are Wing Commander Charles Dao and Wing Commander Benjamin Ochre, with squadron leaders Emmanuel Abuaje Menye, Akwesi Boache, Kwabna Anan, Courage Fianco, Ifia Amponsan, and squadron leader Abdul Nasser Salia. The flight engineers are Squadron Leader Maxwell Mensah and Warrant Officer Class 1 Richard Mensah, with Vice Sergeants Boachi Evans, Sirichi Karafara, Atiso Charles, Kina Stephen, Ajeman JC, and Sergeants Tebi Kenneth and Omani AJ Alfred. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I respectfully invite the special guest of honor, the President of La Côte d'Ivoire, His Excellency Alassane Ouattara, to deliver his remarks.
Your Excellency, President Nana Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana, First Lady, Vice President and Madam, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Well, before anything, I'd like to say what a beautiful celebration. Bravo to all the Ghanaian people. President Nana, thank you for inviting me as a guest of honor to celebrate the 67th anniversary of the independence of your great and beautiful country. On this special occasion, very solemn occasion, I bring greetings and congratulations from the people of Côte d'Ivoire, who are your brothers and sisters. I must say that it's a great pleasure for me to be here today with you and the great people of Ghana to experience once more the legendary hospitality of Ghana. Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire are bound not only by geography, but also by history, friendship, and culture. It's a great joy. It's a great joy for me to stand here, my dear friend, my brother Nana, to celebrate Ghana and the citizens of this beautiful and wonderful country, who since 1957 have shown the way to independence, dignity, and pride. Congratulations for the parade. It was indeed beautiful and outstanding. Excellency, dear Nana, my dear friend and brother, I'd like to use this opportunity to commend you for the leadership and the many achievements in Ghana, despite the adverse challenges at the global level with COVID, the war on Ukraine, and obviously in Gaza and Palestine. I would like to thank you for your commitment to regional economic integration as shown during your tenure as President of ECOWAS. Yes, you did an exceptional job, an outstanding job, and as the other head of state, no, I did not want you to leave. I thought you should continue for many, many years. I also want to thank Ghana for your contribution to the success of the 34th AFCON, which took place in Côte d'Ivoire from January 13 to February 11 of this year. Yesterday, the match between ASEC Mimosa and Asante Kotoko was another celebration of the friendship and solidarity between Côte d'Ivoire and Ghana. But obviously, since Côte d'Ivoire is the champion of AFCON, ASEC was the winner of the championship, but we remain friends. Congratulations to the two teams. Thank you very much again for your invitation, my dear friend. Happy Independence Day to you, to all the people, the brotherly people of Ghana. Thank you again.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we shall now have a drum appellation by students of Ghana Senior High School to make way for the anniversary speech by the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. The appellation is done to usher very important personalities to rise and address their people.
no. Ghana a school for my amo. Ninase. Machiwale. Are you all a down? Akpe now. Oma penny nanado. Yet wase.
Mikisi I want to miando. No feelings are my po. Oma penny nanado. Koma epuema dem accident. Ghana infisha ediosia inso. Faudi da afashe. Odisheba. Epuema dem nananum abrem pondu biako. No ahemfo ne ahemani na se. Nyami show. Wa enyonyam shake sise. Okatachie. Oprempo. Dokia nana. Abudani. Pray us to say wokasacha woman. Asuna dishi awe tikoti se obieni. Wadama. Ahubiasiemu. Sorry. Nati tata. Tata. Adeneho. Kasa. Na umama aya suritio. Ungode. Nachumio. Yedamase.
A round of applause for the students. And the drama was Emmanuel Pachi in Cancer. Narrators were Mary Nyadevo and Dorothy Ousua, all of Ghana Senior High School. Yes, he is the one. His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic of Ghana, the royal son of the son of the Asoma clan of Ghana, the grandson of Achim that drinks from River Brim, the royal son of an Achim man that creates a settlement and develops it from generation to generation. A great warrior that Ghana rests on your shoulders. You have advertised Ghana to the whole world by making it very attractive. Nana, you have come to your royal home, Eastern region. You are mostly welcome. Yes, that is he. He is the one. Ghana's president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the man of wisdom. You promise and you deliver. You promise Ghanaians that you will make all senior high and technical vocational schools in Ghana free. You said it and you have done it. Just for the love you have for the ordinary Ghanaian. Because of your free SHS technical and vocational education, all Ghanaian children attend school free, no matter where you are and where you come from. Good father, Nana Addo, the father of the orphans, you have made going to school very easy and attractive. Ghanaian students salute you. All parents say thank you. It is an uncultivated land that is called deep forest. Your Excellency, the people in the Eastern region are so amazed for you hosting the Independence Day anniversary in the region. The 11 paramounts, their chiefs, and queen mothers in the region are most grateful for this honor. Mr. President, Dokue's grandson, Your Excellency, it is time for you to deliver your inspiring message to the people of Ghana. We humbly request that you take your majestical walk to the dais and speak. Speak to your people. Thank you.
Eminent clergy, Christian and Muslim, the President of the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire, our special guest, His Excellency Alassane Ouattara, First Lady, Vice President and Second Lady, Madam Chief Justice and spouse, the representative of the chairperson and other members of the Council of State, Chief of Staff of the Office of the President and officials of the Presidency, Eastern Regional Minister, Ministers and Deputy Ministers of State, Members of Parliament, Metropolitan, Municipal and District Chief Executives, leaders of political parties, the Chief of Defense Staff, and service chiefs of the Ghana Armed Forces, the Inspector General of Police, heads of other security services, men and women of all the security services, President and members of the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs, Omahene of the New Drabin traditional area and other traditional rulers, the Dean and members of the Diplomatic Corps, students, residents of Koforidua, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen. Fellow Ghanaians, let me start by welcoming our special guest of honor, the redoubtable president of our western neighbor, the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire, His Excellency Alassane Ouattara, to the formal celebrations of the 67th anniversary of Ghana's independence. I thank the children from across the country for their excellent march. I thank the cultural troops from across the country on their magnificent display, which is showcasing some of the best of Ghanaian culture. I thank the officers, men and women of the Ghana Armed Forces, the police service, and the other security services for their display of honor, pomp, and ceremony. And I thank them all for their willingness to put their lives on the line to secure the safety of our nation, the peace of our society, and the sanctity of our property. I'm sure it is not too late to extend warm congratulations to you, Monsieur le Président, and your country on staging a most successful AFCON and the dramatic exploits of your national team that ended in your winning the continental competition and being crowned African football champions. As victory over Kotoko is in the same direction. Congratulations to you, to Côte d'Ivoire, and to the elephants. As we all can see, this year has begun with the victory of the elephants. I'm afraid that over here in Ghana, this is a competition we much rather not remember or even talk about. But Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire are good neighbors, and we cannot begrudge your excellent performance and learn from the many lessons that AFCON 2023 has to teach. Welcome to Ghana, Monsieur le Président, and thank you very much for honoring our invitation and joining us for our independence anniversary celebrations. Ghana is your home. The relationship between our countries is as it should be, for we share a common boundary, a common history, and a common culture, including common languages, and as we would both say, Akwaba. We're greatly honored by your presence, and we pay homage to your distinguished leadership, preeminent in the annals of contemporary Africa, which has brought your country back from the chaos of a painful civil war and its aftermath, back to the stability and prosperity that have been traditionally associated with Côte d'Ivoire. The strong bonds of friendship and cooperation that have existed during our respective tenures of office are evidenced by two key developments. First is the agreement for strategic partnership that was entered into by President Ouattara and I on 17th October 2017 during my first year at the presidency, which has paid off, especially in the cocoa sector, by enabling our two countries to coordinate our policies over cocoa, of which we are the world's biggest producers, accounting jointly for some 65% of global output. This has been of considerable benefit to our respective farmers, who have received the highest price per bag of cocoa in our respective histories. The other is the mature manner in which the maritime border dispute between our two countries was settled by the Maritime Court in Hamburg. The elevated stance of statesmanship shown by President Ouattara ensured that its result in Ghana's favor was peacefully accommodated by Côte d'Ivoire. Mr. President, we thank you very much. My dear compatriots, fellow Ghanaians, the theme chosen for this year's Independence Day celebrations is Our Democracy, Our Pride. And I welcome all of you to Koforidua, the capital of the Eastern region, which is hosting the celebrations this year. The decision to rotate the scene of the national celebrations around the country, instead of staging them only in Accra, the nation's capital, has certainly turned out to be a welcome nation-building exercise that helps us to focus attention on a different region every year, and at the same time rallies the nation together in that region. Our host this year, the Eastern region, was very much at the center of the independence struggle of our country. It is home to 3 members of the Big Six of the United Gold Coast Convention, UGCC of blessed memory, the acknowledged founders of our nation, Joseph Boachi Dankwa, Edward Akufo-Addo, and William Ofori-Atta. Their love of politics will seem to have continued into succeeding generations, with the son of one of them being the current president of our country. The other members of the Big Six were Emmanuel Obeche Bilanti, Ebenezer Akwaje, and Kwame Nkrumah, who together with George Alfred Parr Grant, R.S. Blay, Kwabena Kessy, Francis Awona Williams, Nii Kwabena Boni, Boycott Hini, and others, were the successors of the early generation of nationalists, such as the members of the Aborigines Rights Protection Society. Their membership included Jacob Say, George Moore, Joseph Casely Hayford, John Mensah Saba, W.E.G. Kwabena Sechi, J.W. de Graaf Johnson, J.P. Brown, and others, who protected our lands from the grasp of the greedy imperialists and who initiated the first phase of our struggle for national independence. On such a day, we must also remember the contribution of Yaa Santoa, Thomas Hutton Mills, James Kwejie Agre, Sergeant Ajete, Corporal Atipo, Private Odate Lamte, V.B. Anna, Jimmy Quistas, Mabel Dove, Akwaso Soso, Dede Ashikinchan, Komla Agbeli Bedema, Kojo Botsio, Kofi Bakon, Krobo Eduse, Nancy Tibo, Mumuni Bawumia, S.D. Dombo, Kofi Abrefa Busia, Joe Apia, Victor Owusu, R.R. Ramponsan, Bafo Seyakoto, Modesto Apalu, S.G. Anto, Yakubu Tali, and Ephraim Amu to the liberation of our country and to the birth of our democracy. The work of all these great patriots culminated in the immemorial words of our nation's first leader, Kwame Nkrumah, when he stated on the eve of 6 March 1957 that at long last the battle has ended. Ghana, your beloved country, is free, free forever. Today, the Eastern region is of course not the geographic east of Ghana, but it retains a nomenclature from the colonial days when it was the eastern border of what was the Gold Coast colony. The region is the most heterogeneous in our country and a microcosm of Ghana, and home to the most diverse of peoples. Over the centuries, the region has attracted citizens from all parts of the country and beyond who come to work and find a welcome and lasting home. The attraction is obviously the abundant mineral resources and the rich and fertile soils. It is, after all, only a few kilometers from here that the first cocoa farm in the country was planted in 1895, some 129 years ago. And from there, the planting of cocoa spread to other parts of the country and became our leading cash crop. Indeed, Tetekwashi, an indigene of Mamponga Kwapim, here in the eastern region, brought back in the late 19th century the cocoa pod from Fernando Po, now Bioko in Equatorial Guinea, an act which led him and others to establish our nation's first commercial cocoa farms here in the eastern region. It is noteworthy that the hills and mountains of the region and the relatively cooler weather made it attractive to the European colonialists and missionaries whose footprints remain around the region. It is not surprising, therefore, that the region is home to many educational institutions, including the first middle school and first training college in the country, both in Akropong. The old and beautiful stone churches along the scenic mountain road of the Akwapim Hills remain an attraction. It must surely be as a result of Akwapim tree being the first Ghanaian language to have been written that the culture and mannerisms of the people became adopted in the formal recognition and rendition of Ghanaian culture. When we say it is a part of Ghanaian culture to be respectful in conversations, I dare say the source must be the legendary Akwapim insistence that even an insult must be preceded with a please. They remain the repository of the rules of proper behavior. It is here in the eastern region that we find the beautiful and intricate beadworks that are defining features of Ghanaian jewelry. The Krobos are the masters of the ancient art and have modernized it to make beads attractive not only to the old, but also to the present generation as well. The eastern region is also the home of the Kwaus, Ghana's unquestioned leading entrepreneurs, and an example to all of us of what private enterprise can achieve. It is furthermore the home of the Achims, the single biggest ethnic group in the region, who founded one of the most ancient states of Ghana's history, with an unbroken record of chiefly government dating from the 14th century till today. It is home too of the Akwamus, whose renowned military exploits extended to freeing Christiansborg Castle from the control of the Danish. I've mentioned specific groups that make up the Eastern region. But as I stated earlier, it is a region where the whole of Ghana merges into a melting pot and lives in harmony, and different groups feed on the strength of each other for the good of the whole. This is the same scenario that is played on the national scene, where different people have come together to form the Ghanaian nation and a national identity for the past 67 years. Fellow Ghanaians, we have good reason to choose as our theme and to celebrate our democracy, our pride, at this 67th anniversary of our independence. We are a democratic nation, and not every country can make such a claim. It is important to note that the democratic system of government we have today was not given to us at independence. More than 100 years of British rule had not prepared us in any way for democracy. There is nothing democratic about colonial rule. And whatever we have today, we have worked out for ourselves. All the defining elements of a democracy that are part of our governance architecture today, we have had to fabricate ourselves. Everything we know about elections today, and we know quite a bit, we have learned through hard practice. And in the past 31 years, we have been stable. We've not got a perfect system, but every time we've had elections during this Fourth Republic, it has been an improvement on the previous occasion. We have still a lot more to learn, especially when it comes to the tolerance of opposing views. But we also know that we dare not relapse, as there are many examples of countries that have disintegrated into chaos as a result of disputed elections. We know that technology is a useful tool that we must embrace to make the electoral process more transparent. But we are very much aware that technology also now makes it possible and easier for the deliberate manipulation and propagation of falsehood to influence public opinion. When it comes to free speech and a vigorous media as indicators of a working democracy, I believe we can say we are doing well. There's no danger of dissenting voices not being heard on any subject, even though we have still more work to do on elevating the quality of our public discourse. We take our disputes to the courts for adjudication and resolution, and the judicial system operates within agreed and acceptable rules. When we look around our neighborhood, we might be tempted to think that our work is done, but we Ghanaians have never been known to settle for mediocrity. We aim for the best in every field. We should compare ourselves with the best that there is, and not settle for anything less. For as long as there is poverty and injustice anywhere in Ghana, our work is not done. On a day like this, we should pay homage, of course, as I have done to our forebears and the elders who fought for independence, and worked through the years to establish all that we have to be proud of today. But our attitude should always be that there are better days ahead, and work towards that instead of yearning for some bygone good old days. The greatest challenge remains the provision of good quality education to all of Ghana's children and young people. We have a lot to be proud of, but we have more work to do. I'm happy that through the implementation of the free senior high school policy, we're removing financial barriers to education, unlocking the potential of thousands of young Ghanaians, and laying the foundation for a brighter future for our country. This year, we have seen the highest ever enrollment of first-year students into senior high school in our nation's history. That is the figure of 503,000 students, a clear indication of the widespread embrace of the free senior high school policy. We should be able to offer every Ghanaian child the best education there can be. And having completed high school, our children should be equipped with skills that make them prepared to face the modern world. Our schools must prepare our children to be comfortable with science and technology, engineering and mathematics, and ready to compete in the modern economy. Fellow Ghanaians, there's more to preparing a child to face the world than what can be taught in a classroom. And there's certainly more to molding a Ghanaian child than what our hard-working teachers do every day. Too many parents have relinquished the entire responsibility of bringing up children to what happens in schools. I do not refer only to our music, dance, food, language, and fashion that form the basis of our cultural identity. I refer to the values that set us apart as Ghanaians. If we are to take pride in being Ghanaian, there should be a consensus on the values we hold dear, and we should transmit them to every generation. Fellow Ghanaians, I know that we have gone through difficult economic circumstances, but it is clear that we have overcome the worst, and we are looking forward to better times. I wish to make reference in particular to two projects coming on stream that should make a great difference to the economic fortunes of our country. I refer to the successful selection of strategic partners that will work with the Ghana Integrated Aluminum Development Corporation, GIADEC, to build a new alumina refinery and develop mines at Nyinahini in Pasaso, as 3 or 4 projects being executed under the Integrated Aluminum Industry IAI projects. I witnessed the signing of 2 agreements in Accra recently. Firstly, between GIADEC, a wholly owned public entity, and Rockshore International, a wholly owned Ghanaian private company, selected after a rigorous process as a strategic partner to develop a mine at Nyinahini in Pasaso. And secondly, between GIADEC and Miscellaneous SA, a leading global industrial and energy company, which entails the development of a second mine at Nyinahini in Pasaso and the establishment of an aluminum refinery. We are finally coming to the end of decades of exporting raw bauxite from the country. We shall now refine bauxite mined in Ghana to produce alumina that will feed the Valco smelter and the downstream aluminum industry, which is going to have a dramatic impact on Ghanaian industrialization, where we produce parts for motor vehicles, aircrafts, roofing sheets, and household utensils. It has taken a long time for us to get to this stage. We've taken the trouble to make sure that we get it right. As an indigene, it is my hope that once litigation over the Atawa forest range in Chebi is settled, we will be able to develop also the Chebi bauxite mine and refinery that will help deliver employment and high-paying jobs for our people, and also ensure integration value addition across the bauxite aluminum value chain. The other major project that is coming on stream, which is bound to make a dramatic change to the economy, is the Adar Songor Salt Project, being spearheaded by Electrochem Salt Mine Limited, led by the dynamic Ghanaian entrepreneur, Mr. Dan McCaukley, aka McDan. After many years of disputes, which prevented the exploitation of salt at the site. Work has finally started, and salt will be mined on a large commercial scale. With its initial ability to produce some 650,000 metric tons of salt per annum, and expanding its productive capacity to 1 million metric tons this year, and to 2 million metric tons by 2027, at 99.9% purity, the electrical salt mine will be the biggest salt-producing facility in the whole of Africa. These are figures that should spell a significant change in the economy and cheer us up. I am optimistic that together with other initiatives of this government, we are on the verge of a breakthrough in our economic fortunes. I must mention another important ingredient in the democratic strata which is needed for prosperity, which is the rule of law. Businesses can only prosper in an atmosphere that guarantees the rule of law. My compatriots, fellow Ghanaians, the rule of law is not an alien concept. It is not something that can be applied selectively. For it to be effective and have a positive influence, it must be applicable to all aspects of our lives and to all of us, on the streets, in offices and workplaces, to junior officials and chief executives, to traditional leaders and members of parliament, to famous artists, sportsmen and footballers, and yes, to the president too. We cannot hope for economic prosperity without adhering to the rule of law. There are few amongst us who equate the freedom that was proclaimed at the arrival of independence with the freedom to ignore the rules and regulations that should guide our lives. Aspirations for prosperity go hand in hand with the discipline necessary for the rule of law. Fellow Ghanaians, on the day we celebrate our nationhood, we cannot and should not leave out a reference to the physical state of the land that constitutes Ghana. We cannot claim to love Ghana when we treat with such disdain and total careless abandon the forests, the rivers, the vegetation, the creatures, and the soils that make up Ghana. The Almighty has been kind and generous to us, and our beautiful land deserves to be treated with tender, loving care. Unless we change how we treat the land, future generations will not recognize the Ghana they read about in the land we bequeath to them. I stay firm in my conviction that extracting the minerals we have been blessed with should not lead to the destruction of the forests and rivers. We should all dedicate ourselves anew to taking care of Ghana. I must at this stage reaffirm government's continued commitment to providing the support for victims of the recent extensive flooding in downstream communities in the Greater Accra, Eastern and Volta regions, caused by the spillage of the Akosombo Dam last year, and necessary action which was taken to maintain the dam's structural integrity. As set out in the 2024 budget, government has set aside 220 million cedis, of which 80 million cedis has already been released by the Ministry of Finance to support the ongoing rehabilitation efforts for the affected communities. Government will stop at nothing to restore normalcy to the lives and livelihoods of all affected persons. Fellow Ghanaians, on Friday, 8th March, the 13th African Games will be officially opened in Accra, and we shall be playing host to 53 African nations that will participate in the Games. We've gone to a lot of trouble and expense to be able to stage the games, and we are expecting them to be successful. I'm looking at our guest of honor, President Alassane Ouattara, and I wonder if I should draw some parallels. He has also just staged the AFCON 2023, which was postponed to 2024, instead of the scheduled 2023. The games here too should have been held in 2023, but were postponed to 2024. Football attempts to attract more attention, and therefore the AFCON in Côte d'Ivoire dominated the headlines for the 1 month it took place. The Ivorian national team, their elephants, defied all odds and won the competition. I am not promising a Ghana clean sweep of track and field. That would be a miracle. But I'm promising a happy and exciting month for all our visitors. We in Ghana know how to set the lead. We did it in 1957, when we were the first African nation in sub-Saharan Africa to gain independence from colonial bondage. We have got other firsts with doubtful boasts, but we have always managed to get out of difficult situations with amazing grace. We owe it to ourselves and to the rest of Africa to be that shining black star. We owe it to ourselves and to the rest of Africa to continue to have a democracy of which we can be proud. And we owe it to ourselves and to the rest of Africa to be a prosperous nation. And we are getting there, and we shall get there. Happy 67th Day Independence Day celebration to all of us. And may God bless all of us in our homeland, Ghana, and make us great and strong. I thank you for your attention.
That was the 67th Independence Anniversary Address by the President of the Republic of Ghana and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. Thank you, Mr. President. The Parade Commander will shortly invite the Forces Sergeant Major, Chief Warrant Officer Ado Daniel, to lead the contingent to give 3 hearty cheers to the President of the Republic of Ghana and a powerful yell for Mother Ghana.
Raid! Raid! Forces Sergeant Major, to the front!
Chief Warrant Officer Ado Daniel was born to Mr. Ado Kwesi Efriye and Madam Janet Ofosu here in the Eastern region. He attended in Kwanta Secondary School in the Oti region for his O-level certificate. He holds Bachelor of Science and Master of Arts degrees from the University of Professional Studies. Chief Warrant Officer Ado has attended all requisite career courses commensurate with his rank. He also holds a diploma in American language course from the Defense Language Institute in San Antonio, Texas.
The parade will remove headdress. Remove!
The review officer, the president, and the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, Nana Addo Dankwa Ekufu Addo. Chabai! Hey! Chabai! Hey! Cha 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 cha! Hey! Hey! Abua biribo, jata biribo, ohine. Ohine. Abua biribo, jata biribo, ohine. Abua biribo, jata biribo, ohine.
Red will replace headdress. Replace!
Chief Warrant Officer Ado Daniel is also a graduate of Class 68 of the United States Army Non-Commissioned Leadership Center of Excellence Sergeant Major's course, where he was inducted into the International Students Hall of Fame.
Mr. President, Yerodova, may I have your permission to follow, Mr. President? Yes, Mr. President.
He has been awarded with Long Service and Good Conduct Medal and several peacekeeping medals for his service in Sierra Leone, Lebanon, Liberia, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. He is married to Senior Chief Officer Joyce Ado of the Ghana Prison Service, and they have been blessed with 3 daughters, Gifty, Grace, and Gloria. The parade commander will now ask permission to march off the colors and the rest of the parade.
Parade! Shall they? Mr. President, break over. May I have your permission to march off the colors and the remainder of the parade? Mr. President.
May I respectfully remind us all to pay the appropriate compliment as the colors march off. All in uniform are reminded to salute.
So, march off the colors. Parade! Present! Arms! By the center! Quick! March! Take your direction right! Right! Forward! Forward! Parapate! Hut! Car escort! Reset! Arms!
please be seated. Shall we please rise once again for the national salute?
Hey! National salute. Present. Arms.
We may please be seated.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen,
Raid! Oh, day!
it is now time to follow our departure formalities. The first to take leave of us will be the President of the Republic and the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, together with a special guest of honor, the President of the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire, His Excellency Alassane Ouattara.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, escorting the President's vehicle is the Police Mounted Squadron. Established in 1940 with an initial complement of 7 horses, the Police Mounted Squadron's primary role was to provide ceremonial escort for the governor while also engaging in patrols. Presently, under the leadership of Superintendent Mary Claire Agamba, the squadron oversees 24 horses, including 6 young ones. Superintendent Mary Agamba is riding the horse Chief Inspector Dampari, named in recognition of the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufo Dampari, who played a pivotal role in instituting horse riding patrols and other reforms. Superintendent Mary Claire Agamba holds the distinction of being the first female officer to head the Police Mounted Squadron. With a diverse background within the service, she currently serves at the National Operations Headquarters for the Ghana Police Service in Accra. She is supported by the Regimental Sergeant Major Samuel Ajay Ofori, who is riding the horse Togwisire.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is important we acknowledge the support of various institutions helping us to mark the 67th Independence Anniversary celebrations. From Nestle Ghana Limited to Ghana Link, all our media stations, the national broadcaster GTV, and all other Next to depart is the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and Second Lady Hajia Bawumia. The people of Koforidua and the Eastern region, we say thank you for making this a very successful anniversary celebrations. Bidding farewell to your son, the President of the Republic of Ghana, as he celebrates his last independence anniversary celebrations as President of the Republic of Ghana. Planning committee members, chaired by Honorable Lord Oblite Komi, we say thank you. National Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Mr. Stephen Intim, thank you for coming. The General Secretary of our party, the New Patriotic Party, Justin Fripong Kodria, thank you for coming.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I've been your master of ceremony, and I'm Major Anisowati from the Ghana Armed Forces. Together with me for today's parade has been Madam Cassandra Chum Ampofo and Assistant Superintendent of Police Richmond Mensah from the Ghana Education Service and Ghana Police Service respectively. And with us has been Mr. Jefferson Sahi from the Office of the President.
And it has been an absolute pleasure coming your way. Until we meet again next year, we wish you all traveling mercies.
Next to depart is Her Ladyship Justice Gertrude Arabasaki Tokono, the Chief Justice of our Republic, and her spouse. Thank you to all the Supreme Court judges who accompanied the Chief Justice to this all-important program.
All school contingents are once again reminded to move straight to the cultural center, Florida Cultural Center, right now. Chief
Justice, thank you for making this program a success with your presence. Chief of Staff at the Office of the President, Honorable Akosia Frema Osei Opare, our Foreign Minister, Honorable Shelley Ayokobodri, And a big thank you to all the 11 paramountcies of the Eastern region, led by Nene Sakite II, President of the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs, for gracing this important occasion with your presence and hosting it beautifully. Next to depart, the Chief of Staff at the Office of the President, after the Chief of Staff departs, our Ministers of State and our revered traditional rulers will also depart. Chief of Staff, thank you for coming.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen,
the majority leader is next to depart, together with the Minister for Foreign Affairs, the Interior Minister, and our other VVIPs. We want to say a very big thank you the majority leader is about to depart. Foreign Minister, the beautiful Shelley. Thank you very much, Honorable Foreign Minister.
Take over.
God willing, the next Secretary General of the Commonwealth, Inshallah. Honorable Majority Leader, the Alexander Afenumaki. General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Justin from Kodia, is about to depart.
That's all. Good afternoon. Stepping independence anniversary parade over. May I have your permission? Carry on. Rain! Up! The new energy.
want to say a very big thank you to all our traditional rulers. The 11 paramouncies are about to depart, led by Nene Sekite II, President of the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs. The local organizing committee for the 67th Independence Anniversary celebration, we say Ayiko to all of you. Next to depart are traditional leaders. Our service commanders are about to take leave of us. Our traditional rulers.
Hey! Woo! Left the right to trees! Left the right! Right!
To all our journalists who have covered this anniversary so beautifully, we say a big thank you. To members of the diplomatic corps who traveled all the way from Accra to Koforidua, we say thank you. Nananom, our royals, it is time to depart.
First time, let me most sincerely
Adano, many na share me phone. Yes, mobile phone. Me dear, and a mobile me de call. Now I was why?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Adman, you sorry yourself. Unim, a yammy so we yet the way because you know something. Ube pretty crash, no crash. And then you see somewhere mobo no can say asari ni paponini or ibunia blah blah blah. Then so one I'll call it for it. One walk or chicken at the other. Abro.
Sorry, what did you be see me?
Me didn't me be see you.
Sorry, me
Me didn't me be see you until you bet me on family phone. Now we hear the opera was right. After all, I want to have to mommy. Come on, I'm tear, so you can do whatever you want with me, but make natural. At the end of the day, brush was ya. I started when you put in you, blah blah blah. Who fra no na sa ukwa ne ho no. And the kofa the body be bre wa. Na ka dey say why me and answer wow. It's so bre.
Honey, so who decided so be worry about for Mimi asembiaka. Oye bema. Obetimi aware dudu bia ope. Mimi so be worry in the plana. Me and me your first wife. Obe take a decision bia na this one me no ho. Oba ye meba. De me pesa meti ane sebia adoma ebi age minim no kran sana me ba be hu ena baby akopiem ena honey I'm sorry na bibi ade na semko ne ne obatifia na mehwe ne se me ameba na enhame na minim baby akola ifri ni mu ana waji mutuna attention nyina unene ba akola ni nemfia wo dware no wo ye ni se ya honey asefem me da kwa mena I
hear what Junior who baby I was starting from Casayet. Paduma Ade. It is very late. Adiasa, Mr. Adiasa, and my member quite Ade. Huh? Ukasa why you Ukasa Counting Obia Kofa baby abro. Macatro sama war baby in a minty mission. What is wrong with you? Who have me say?
Sorry, me how necessary you bad. That is what I want to know. I mean so bad. Sorry. So what one? I don't know. Baby, I'm coming. Papa, who me what? What the one I can say, a team bia was so in so when you pass. The media do my papa not there. The media do my papa. I don't know my name. I do a mammy. No one tell me baby back to pay.
What sort of nonsense is that? No. Listen. And yes, I'm what is that? What's your similar sensing? Oh, please.
No, it's because my car.
You don't. What can you have to bring a third party in? Who just walk for be money, but now, and that's I'm not going to them on. What I'm from buying over because what worry? What how many years? Experience, man. I don't know, but now, but you come on, what can such a mere meeting? No, just I mean, Tessia, why would you bring your friend in there? No. I've been Sibian because make up taxi. That is your car, that is your house. Maybe you may my mouth.
I'm free with you, Conanti Bassa. Yame, Yamatum. I'm free with you, Conanti Bassa. Eradi Manida Sonio, me one copy a new, me rich chifonio. Radio.
Oh, please.
No, it's because my car.
You don't. What can you do? You have to bring a third party in? Oh, just walk for be man, but now, and that's I'm not going to them on. One of them for fun buying over because one worry. Oh, one man. How many years? Experience, man. I don't know, but now, but you have a come out of him. What can such a mere meeting? No. Just why would you bring your friend in there? No. I've been Sibian because make up taxi. That is your car, that is your house. Maybe you may near my mouth. What is Jesus? Oh, go away!
Sorry.
I don't want to say no. Nipana walk off fun, but I want to told me my worry something. Go open.
And then you say me can. We're a thing to my catch him. Huh? If you, I want to be back. I mean, person me jay away. Me person will be free in town. Me cop catching them and a pin sip.
Aduma. What do you want again?
Me so me yes I didn't be.
Just me Jimmy for yes. Maybe to be come a worry some. Gosh, Aduma, it was me and you. Me and you. It was the two of us. How come a third party is coming in?
That is what I'm saying. I thought some account.
What can me tell you? Bring somebody in to be going out there selling my marital issues?
I didn't.
You did not. I don't let you want. Well, worry how many years the experience been or you're suffering. Why would you bring her here and then? My goodness. Whoa. What can I maintain? You have to sell me to your friend? Or Korunu Masama? Wouldn't you must have a catch and now for what?
Kabiana is going to happen again, I promise. Mr. Mincha,
okay. Aduma. Today should be the last time.
It's not going to happen again.
A third party is going to come between me and you. Me papa Kurano Shadiam. Please. You don't understand how free. We're not your free. Take us a bit of a time more. How on earth?
I'm not make us you treating me fair. Let me feel say. I'm so unfair. I'm not promise. I didn't see you. Me can't send sugar. And you cross will be good. I'm not coming. Huh?
And then the last time I said this, I am going out there. Meban. And let today be the last time our damn fool over settle foot in this house. The chick of it. Goodness. Damn.
Mr. Asari. That's how Adoma would you mean, no? Aden. She Adoma. Me can't sing be a true. And so yiraboa. We yinwa. Na no wono, ne ho wono na na no so wo. Asari de so fa na me hu ni. E de en wo. We would di kakra won kana no ntuma o san ye me masem.
Asari on tisada. Na wo aka ni problem bia. Oye bema, o baby ani, o krokro me, oye me bibia.
Na se bema de ohun ne fofora. Adoma eson se de ositiye. Eye kakra bi so eson se de wote. Wo ba foforo de so wo ria. O be pe ba bi di nkra senta de na begu. Wonya ye onya kuma se shirt. O huduma odi di yen. Onyo be didi ma. Me nim se se ne ma ya che me kwa na ye. Eye ba mi tufu na betieti opesu nti me nua no. Betieti maka aso. Apo yi be
Sing Uncle Pony Pen, go back to me.
From the shop, why? Money from the said you pay me their magic, so you can't let someone their books here. Hey, what about it? But you, Nanny Monopoly. Music and Haja. If you go here, you be a catcher, then you blow no more. Sissy. Who is on family? I mean, you are crazy. Was a shop up on so bonus and over happen. So, John is in the years about for the group in the community. I shall not fancy with the mother.
To only minister now, Benny can use. So, Parliament. She completes.
Yes, I'll be who I
very fast walk away with tea and why you get me. Why you get me? Everybody walk us there. Baby, any more baby, everybody not day. Papa, I don't need a water. I did tell what I say. Everybody else, and it's not one shot. And I am. Papa, she made me when you need. Everybody about Papa with the yesterday. Everybody, ma, I watch my yow and sham so and my mean forward chink with dinner for beach. Everybody, I asked somehow about my cat ceremony. Who more politician, Mr. Friend, I had timber. Everybody, without Benny without Benny I watch a mem. Papa, me mama what? Ma don't them me sorry. Ma don't them so me so. So they my back. So they my son Papa. Me mama what? Rather me free Papa me the shower. Dia tuchima wo ma esima wo kwai. Bibi biara sia wo kwa wo fia. Papa una anymore. Mr. Masemi na ya ba ko rade. Ama ne chemi so na me fa wa tinko di na me fufuro bieti. Arade ma me nyamo ba ko si awie ya ma tafu nyame wate. Papa me ni danso. Arade ma me so me bem. I'm Papa. Papa, I'm falling no foot to the bed. I'm not so weird. But I was so for. What's me? Child, Papa. Child, what to anyone say already. Can I come more baby? Because they're not your mother for me funny for baby already. Arade me mama, this one, one of the front. Arade asa when there is a radio. Papa, I am mobile say. Arade me that's so.
Coming now, na mami man kaika wanna futu born no.
That's very question I want to say.
Look. How we end up with Madam Cousin?
Okay, maybe lab reports now. Are you ready? But from your lab results now. She say, I say when your accident be pain and what prep pain go. But I want you
Doc. Until when day?
And because of that incident. I'm going to effect back as your waste. Meeting Amma a woman. Yes, I
Doc, need to say, I'm coming now, Yamia.
But sure, Enka, doctors are giving advice so that's it. Call ye be drawn as a baby for but let me advise so as your family doctor saying ka woni mo bia we good we be drawn and ka try and so na you should
which is encouraging na Yamia
one day so be
no.
Wow.
That we say about you. Bye. You will I do not cover.
Now, my member, my
oh, there is a regular.
Yeah, so cool pot. The gas a crown, I won't pair.
Hey, I don't move on moon for me. You already over a radio. When I'm
my offer, and a pair radio book or your buyer and your bonnet. Wow, in problems are ye face minimum concerning a war. Away your worry. Na Doctor Sidia Chinibia. Na Doctor Bako, you moon nature's a fault. And free me, name me free me. It's a muku call by and was a doctor and say, problem in edge and a cheek cassette.
You could any pediana
catch or say a nuhuna. I can't.
Am
I in Tinby or what? And then a master bearman or bada, a man will be maintaining a walk.
Let's say they were not tired.
I mean, Sayo, Sayo, then no say walk. Now, Doctor Narquan sooner. Catch me, Princess, or let me try a baby drew beer. Until buy over catch him and I'm say, ah. Sanity, dear, ye be conny up whom offer. And no offer baby draw no yan sana, or did to Koyaku India. It's me never behind and near the other two him. Say, wait me, I won't be beer. Now, me did the crowns so betting me.
Na hunente na adumo kasa mani aji sanse wi se saretie oso banu kwete wana bibiba mukabum tama fatimo okuma benmen na wonsu ni hwamoda sanye manyina ene be ne wi na sebi ni pe hunfo ede yade ba meje ne sane yade man hoto na mode no na ntse miam tuchumucho made hia fa mbisi menchen yade be ketwa bi kura na kwa pia mefa so man wato no mefa so man wato no da nyimu na wo washi mani munyam
mate
oh enasi dabi enasi wodi mama hade John hade Etilite na aka na mfinfin na entechi mabia. Entechi mabia. Ne obato no esu akura minya hiti nsuo na nunu gumpe me de kan na ape. Obanyi mu sesie. Ne moto na wi.
Mati ofana obaba beda ha te se de kofo be ye no mo ye na na.
Onye obi na da. Mase preocupe. Onya bana me no ama na pe onu pa obon sanko adwuma. Enyu ho kura
na ye na da be
mo sembo timi kwa ba nyima na za na pa momra mati ope kwa bet ma ya ma no obe ya na osako adwuma ni nti
mati
why yo kwa kwa tu yen ni arowo
Jesus oba ene amba wani erade ni gwanko bia omuchi
I'm free with you and Conanti Bassa. Yame, Yamato, I'm free with